Hello guys, this is Durveshpal from RS Coding, and in this video we will going to see some of the terms used with the programming language, and we're gonna see the advantage of learning C++ and why exactly the C programming language is used in this world. So guys, first let's take a look of the terms used with the programming language. So the first term is general programming language. Is a language designed to be used for writing the software in a wide variety of applications. In simple words, when we see a programming language as a general purpose programming language, it means we can use that programming language to create different variety of applications. The C++ is also a general purpose programming language. It means you can use it for creating different type of software or program. Now the next thing is C++ is a middle level language. We have divided a program language into three categories: lower level language, high level language, and middle level language. A lower level language are used to directly interact with the machine level language and the assembly level language commands the lower level language category. And then we have high level language, where a program can easily write the programs in a language which is almost similar to the human readable format. The high level language offered a lot of building features. The programmer can use those features and easily write the programs. Then we have another category called as middle level languages, whereas some of programming language offer the feature of high level languages and also the feature of lower level languages. The C++ programming language comes in the category of middle level languages. If a programming language belongs to the high level language or lower level language or middle level language, it does not really mean that programming language is good or bad. Every programming language have its own course. Now that's the next thing is compiled language. The thing is C++ is a middle level language. And other words, writing using the C++ programming language is much closer to the human readable format. So guys, now we can easily read that code and can understand what's going on. But the computer, they can understand the code written in the form of 0 and 1. In other words, a machine code. So that we have to do first, we have to write the program in a C++, and then we have to convert that code to the machine level form. Here uses the compiler to convert the code to the machine form, and this process of converting the code using the compiler is called as the compilation method. It called as the compile language. Now the next thing is object oriented programming language. The C++ uses the new programming approaches called the object oriented programming approach. Since it uses the programming approaches it called as the object programming in the C++, we can do 4 types of programming. One is procedural programming and another one is object oriented programming, and then we can do generic programming using the templates. And then we have the functional programming. A functional program is newly added to a C++ programming language. C++ is a general purpose middle level compiled object and oriented programming language. Alright guys, now let's take the look advantage of learning C++ programming. So first thing is C++ is a very efficient language. The code written using the C++ language will run very efficiently, and also the code written using the C++ will be reliable and it will run fast. Now the next thing is, if you learn the C++ language, you will be learning the different programming approaches, so you will have to better understanding of the most of the programming approaches, especially object oriented programming approaches. You will be learning the concept like classes, object, inheritance, polymorphism, all the things. And writing the C++ is one of the best language for learning these object oriented programming approaches. So the advantage is, once you learn this C++ language, then if you want to learn some of the other language like Java, C hash, it will be lot more easy, because the Java and C hash, they also uses the object oriented program approaches, so you will find it easy to learn those language. All right, let's take a look where exactly the C++ programming language is widely used. As we have seen before, C++ is general purpose programming language, so it means it can be used for writing the different variety of application. C++ is widely used for creating the games. Most of the games you see nowadays have a majority of codes written using the C++. Then it is used for creating the graphical interface based on the applications. You can use it for user they can interact with the computer using the buttons. And then C++ is used in the image editing software like sort of Photoshop, image reader. And C++ is also used for creating a web browser, for example the Mozilla Firefox. As the most of the code written is using the C++, the C++ is also used for creating the compiler. And then C++ is also used for writing the major parts of operating system like Windows. And C++ is also used for medical engineering application. And you may have seen that some of the simulation software and some of the software used in the medical fields using the C++. Another reason C++ is widely used for creating and writing the other programming language, for example Java programming language written using the C++ programming language. Okay, thank you guys.